PMRE hit me harder than I expected. One of the first speakers said, raise your hand if you're making 10 to 50K a month, which happens to include me, 10K. And half the room's hand went up. Then he said, raise your hand if you're making 50K plus a month, the other half the room. This moment alone told me two things. I've been doing real estate media way different than the people at the top, and the ceiling of this industry is way higher than I think most of us can do. My name is Cole Connor, and I was put here to do three things: create, inspire, love. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. If you don't know, PMRE stands for Photography and Media for Real Estate. Every year they have a conference. This year, I believe, is the biggest year ever. All the people that you know about on YouTube, the people that you probably work with, the companies that you work with, they are at this conference. It was 3 days, nonstop, packed. Not only brilliant speakers, but also amazing networking, fun things like going to the Ghost Bar at the Palms Casino, and it's in Vegas. I've been wanting to go. This year, I was able to go, mainly thanks to Fotello, so huge shout out to Fotello. If you haven't checked them out, you definitely should. You can check the link in the description if you want to get 15 free listings. They absolutely crushed it at PMRE. It was so great to meet the CEO and some of their team. People were talking about their booth all weekend. If you haven't tried them out, you can actually get started trying them out for free if you use my link once you join the paid plan. So you can try it for free, but you can't actually download the photos until you join. But when you join, you get 15 free listings using my link, and that is, I believe that's like $200 or $300. So totally take advantage of that. Everyone that's done it has been impressed. I've been using them personally. I wouldn't be supporting them like this if I actually wasn't using them. I am using them for a lot of my shoots right now, so check them out. And again, thank you, Fotello. One of the first speakers described real estate photographers specifically as islands. I really connected with that. Not only does my mom call me an island just like artistically, because I'm always kind of in my own world doing my own thing, and even at like public events, I'm just kind of hanging out by myself. It makes sense that I kind of joined this career without even knowing it. I kind of am by myself a lot, and it can be lonely, and you think you're like the only one out there doing it, but you're not. This event was like an opportunity to not feel like, a lot of times we have competition and we have to compete with those people, and so maybe you don't want to talk shop, and you don't want to like brainstorm, you don't want to meet up with them sometimes, even though you totally should. This event was like an opportunity to kind of let some of that go and just focus on our industry and come together, and I thought that was really, really cool. It was the first time being around so many people that do the same thing as I do, and so many of them were very good. Like, I consider myself pretty good, but there were some people who were just like, in every capacity, like so good. It was like a legit concert for real estate photographers. I mean, it was pretty epic. Now, I wish I could have been a little bit more extroverted in the event. I was a little bit just taking it all in because it was a lot. But I'm just so thankful for the people I did meet. I met some people who saw me from YouTube, which was really cool. And then also just some other businesses who are doing some really cool stuff in real estate photography in general. So, which is one of the main reasons why you should go, to understand what's happening and some of the new things coming out of the industry. Being around all these people, it just made it very clear I've been doing a lot of things wrong. And that was eye-opening, but also and it was a little scary in a way, but also very fixable. So let's get into some of the lessons that I learned. One, I think it was one of the first presentations. They said, and you gotta think, these are like famous people in our industry giving presentations. Like one of the co-founders of Area was up there. Like I said, Fotello, CEO, Eli Jones, who like sells the courses, and there's lots of other people who make YouTube videos. I guess it doesn't matter in saying all their names, but there was some really good presentations all around the board. One thing I think that stuck with me was someone said, our job is not like to just take photos. We help listings sell faster. So you shouldn't be selling like, oh, I do all this stuff, because that doesn't really matter. What matters is that they get homes sold faster for more. So if their average listing on the market is 60 days, your strategy should be 30. What we do is we get homes sold in under a month, and here's our plan. A lot of very successful studios are selling results, which it kind of connects with my last income report I made, is like talking about how I lost clients, and it's because I just was focused more on maybe the art of it is the way to say it, versus let's actually get you views, get you results, get you clicks. Some interesting things that either popped in my head or people said was hopping on listing calls before you even do it or after. Like you could hop on a call with an agent after a shoot and be like, hey, how did you feel about it? Let's talk about it. Let me show you how our booking system works. Or before the shoot, let's talk about what we could do to best support this particular listing. Yes, usually people could pay for those types of strategy calls, but if you're slow on getting clients, this is what can set you apart. Like, who's doing that before listing appointments? But it could also sell some of your add-ons more. It could be a difference between a $300 client and a $1,200 client. It's just all about your selling at that point. And this mindset can totally triple your business easily. Second lesson I learned was finding the bottleneck in your business. Like, I've thought about this a good bit, and I'm like, it was just something about the way it was phrased. I think Eli Jones talked about this one, and I think it's obvious that my bottleneck is clients. I'm ready for the next bottleneck. Like, if I need to hire someone, I will hire someone. I've got a solid system in place. I just need more clients. So when I really thought about that, it's almost embarrassing because the solution is so simple, but I find myself having a hard time really focusing on that selling and that finding ways to get those new clients. That is beyond just attracting people, because that's been my main strategy. I make videos, I do this, and I kind of attract the right client, which has gotten me to this point and is good, but it's not really going out and finding those people. On top of that, one thing that he did to help find your bottleneck was just ask the whys. I think he said ask 5 whys. So, like, for example, why am I not making 20K a month? And then I'm like, because I don't have enough clients. Why don't I have enough clients? Because I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not doing enough sales, or whatever you want to say. And of course, you got to think about this longer, but why am I not doing enough sales? Because I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's draining. And then, like, once you get to the bottom, your solution could be, I got to suck it up and do it, or maybe I need to hire a salesperson. I found it really encouraging, and I'm working on creating a plan, which sounds very sketch, as in like I'm not doing it, but I am. I am actively and have already created most of a plan. I just have to finalize it and actually do it for putting myself out there more, and then also getting people on my team to help find people to work with. Which this point kind of stems to what I mentioned earlier as being extroverted, introverted. One of my buddies that I work with, he told me the other day, he was pretty blunt, and he was like, dude, your YouTube videos, you're so outgoing, you're so fun, and it's pretty much saying it's so engaging, like you want to be around that person. And then in person, you're a lot more reserved, and you're a little bit introverted, and you're just quiet. He said if you could take what you have on your YouTube videos and put it in real life, you'd be totally fine. And I think that he's right in a lot of ways. And I've just been conserving energy for whatever reason. There's a million of them. But I need to just come out of my shell and just go for it. And a lot of times, once I actually do it, yes, it's draining in a way, but it's also revitalizing in a way. So I learned I got to put myself out there. The next lesson, AI, dude. AI, that was one of the main talking points. But it wasn't in like the AI is going to replace everyone way. It was just how to incorporate AI to build better businesses and create better products for our clients. It was interesting to hear like how other people are using AI. How one of the real interesting presentations was about AI and like SEO, and how LLMs are shaping SEO. And the main thing I pulled from that was that I need to be creating realtor specific content coming from my business. I can be like a face of it. I'm cool with that. And it could be like as a playlist on my channel. But I need agents finding me, Los Angeles agents, through my channel and through my content. And my brain started spinning on like some different ways I could do that. But beyond that, AI can help your business run smoother and run faster. One cool tidbit was creating a custom GPT where you feed it everything about your business. Every FAQ you've ever gotten, and you hire a virtual assistant who can then actually really help answer your clients' questions because they have that GPT right there. So I hope that was a little bit helpful. I think what I'm going to do is kind of go through some more and really break down some of their points. I was wearing the Ray-Ban Metas through some of it, and so I was like snapping pictures and taking some video of some different like slideshows and presentations that really called to me. I think, I hope this is encouraging to you because, yes, there's competition in the space, but the opportunity to grow is insane. Like, we have so much opportunity. We just got to think smart, care about our clients. I love the go-giver mindset. I love the really care about your clients, and then it'll come back and it'll help you tenfold. 2026. Here we go. Catch you next time. Hi there. Thanks for watching. If you really liked it, maybe you'll like some of these too. While you decide, here's some music. Enjoy.